Why is a roof so expensive? As far as labor is concerned, in Florida, generally speaking, labor is roughly $90 a square. Now, there's roofers out there for $65 a square if you're doing subcontractors and whatnot, but we use W-2 employees here. Our roofers are in-house. They're on our workers' compensation. In my opinion, if you want good quality, that's kind of what's required. Subbing out your roofing labor will cause, those roofing subs use a lot of different roofing companies that have different requirements. And so it's gonna be difficult for you to maintain quality control utilizing subcontractors regularly. Having said that, you're at $90 a square, give or take, on your labor. And that includes your payroll tax and all these other things that are in play for those guys as well. Now, reason it says 90 plus, and I'll get to that in a second, it's not just 90. Sometimes it's actually more than that. And then what they do is they tear off the shingles and whatever roofing material you have, and then they install new material. And throughout that process, they also inspect the decking, replace the rotted wood. If necessary, replace your flashing, replace your eaves drip, right? A lot of different things goes on in the process. But for the sake of time, we'll move on. Considerations when it comes to pricing for labor. Your pitch is important. If your pitch is higher, it's gonna slow down the roofing crew. They gotta charge more for their time. So for example, typically 612 pitch is kind of that limit. 612 pitch meaning every 12 inches horizontally, your vertical pitch goes up 6 inches, right? So essentially that makes it more steep. If you have a 712 pitch, it'll be more steep. If it's an 812 pitch, it's more steep. If it's a 712 pitch, generally speaking, it's $20 more per square for labor. If it's 812 pitch, 20 more, 912 pitch, 20 more, you get the idea. And then distance. So how far are you from the actual servicer? So whoever your roofing company is, if you're further away from them, they got to consider distance. We don't start to consider distance until it's about 2 hours away. If it's over 2 hours, we communicate clearly, you're a little bit further, we're gonna have to charge more for that time because obviously we're spending 5 hours in transit time getting to you back and forth. We have to be compensated for that. Your second layer. So in the state of Florida, you can roof over. So essentially you have a shingles and then you can roof over once with shingles without requiring to tear off. You can do that one time. We don't do that. Personally, I don't think it's the right way to do roofs and I don't want to put my name on that or our company's name on that. So we don't do roof overs. However, sometimes we'll get to a house and they'll have 2 layers of shingles and that's the additional dumpster costs, additional labor costs. And so that usually costs an extra $20 a square. All that being said, if you consider all of these things, your cost per square is roughly $345. That's our cost as a roofing company. Other costs in play are customer acquisition costs, general overhead, which would be your salary project managers, your invoicing, your permitting. There's people in the backside that get paid $60,000, $80,000 a year, some more, in order to operate the business and to give you the product that you need. It's not as easy. It's not the old days where you simply just hire a guy and he goes out and roofs the roof and you get off. Like and follow if you will see the next step in the quoting process.